Hey guys, Tim and Adam here, and we want to welcome you back to Flix. You guys know how much Tim loves his foods, and he got to try a new one recently called 3 Wishes.
Yup. Breakfast being my favorite meal, I was excited to try this new cereal out. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and grain-free.
I thought I saw that 3 Wishes is free from wheat, dairy, soy, oats, corn, rice, and peanuts.
That's right. It's plant-based and gluten-free certified, made with modern-day clean ingredients like chickpeas, pea protein, and tapioca.
Well, that sounds like a feat of food science.
One that took 2 years to develop.
Incredible! So what flavor of these 3 Wishes did you devour, Tim? I saw they had cocoa, cinnamon, honey, and unsweetened.
I went with cocoa, and it was delicious.
With 70% less sugar and as much as 8 times the protein of their decadent counterparts, there can't be anything like this on the shelf right now.
And there isn't. 3 Wishes is now offering our listeners 10% off with the code PODCAST10.
So head to their website at www.3wishescereal.com to learn more.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
It's in my head, Zoombies, haze. Waiting for Sam to do the social media. We're Flix, X.
I mean, I just say keep it going. I just say I'm letting it keep going.
The whole rest of the episode. I mean, I think you really nailed his, raspy
Yeah, you got it.
there. Do you practice that song a lot?
You know I do. And you cry at me being like, please stop. That song's annoying me now. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's in my head.
Yeah,
But don't.
So ridiculous.
But I'm Adam. We're Flix. I'm going to pass it off to Sam. But the other guy who we haven't let talk yet is Tim.
Yeah, I'm here.
That guy. He's here.
Adam clearly has a problem with us saying our names. He always has. So he's got to say our names for us.
I like to make sure everybody knows that I know their name.
Just in case there is any doubt about
everyone
that.
else knows our name, yeah.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm not disagreeing with any of this.
Well, in case you didn't know by now, I'm Sam.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I really
And we are a podcast, lols, as if you didn't know that.
All right, you got one sentence down.
That reviews movies unprofessionally. We really just kind of chat and goof off, as you can tell already. A grunt of approval.
She's only got 3 sentences left. She said she could do it in 8.
Oh,
I thought she was just going to go on forever.
That you can't count an exclamation of "oh shit" as one sentence.
Yeah.
There's a comma delineated there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drop you back down to 3. You got 5 sentences left. Go.
Okay.
Let's see if she can do it.
You can find us on social media. Our handle is @Flix. We're on Instagram and Twitter. And before you all say you're not on Twitter, listen up, bitches. I am trying really hard to get back on the Twitter game. So
slowly but surely we'll get there.
I was on the wagon, and then I was off the wagon, and now we're climbing back on the wagon. But we are there, so look us up there. We also release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on a lot of the major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google.
Yes, indeed.
I really hope you just keep grunting approval throughout the rest of the episode. Yes. And we also have a website where you can recommend different movies for us. It's www.flipperflix.wixsite.com/home.
./home.com.
I got really stressed out because I always make fun of Adam for messing it up. And then I'm like, if I mess it up, this is going to be a real big problem.
Yep.
You did mess up, too. There's a button, though. You can click the button on Instagram. It's a lot faster.
Yes, you can click the button on Instagram. You can click the button on Anchor. You can click the button down in the episode details.
Yeah.
And with Tim's grunt of approval and Adam's hand gestures that I already made it to 8 sentences.
You made it to at least 8 sentences. She said she could do it in one, and I was like, somehow we got to 8.
I mean, I probably could have done it in one. It just would have been like, done.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like
verbatim.
that.
All right,
Tim,
Tim.
what movie did we watch?
Zoombies. If you haven't heard of it, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
We watched it on Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, and it's spelled exactly
did.
how it sounds, so just sound it out.
We watched it. We actually watched it on Peacock TV.
Oh, you guys watched on Peacock. Okay, that's where That's where Office is now, right?
Yeah, apparently
Oh,
gotta
man.
pay for that too.
You
Ah,
do, yeah.
nerds. It has 3 minutes of ads at the beginning and then no ads for the rest of the movie.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I will always accept that option.
Yeah, 'cause you could just
absolutely.
play them and walk around and then be like, all right, it's time to start.
Exactly.
Yeah. You
It's
like
also on
finish getting
Tubi.
your snacks ready or something, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
your
yeah, you
popcorn.
gotta get popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
For
Popcorn.
National Popcorn Day.
Yeah.
I never
was totally-
am here for the National Food Whatever days. I always miss Donut Day, Popcorn
How do you
Day,
miss Donut
Waffle
Day?
I don't know! I'm like asleep for most of it, and then none of the fucking places are open by the time I get up. And then I just
Dunkin'
I
Donuts
hear
is always open.
I hear about it the next day, so then I go to the grocery store and I buy a bag of small donuts and I eat the whole fucking bag.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get you one of those calendars that have like the
All of
holidays
it.
on them.
I
That
love
way
it.
you never miss
The
them.
real holidays, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could talk about Zoombies now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What?
the movie's
No.
Zoombies.
Zombies.
I guess I'll just go ahead and give you a synopsis
yes.
because I don't know what else to say. I guess I could say I was in the mood for a horror movie, and this is classified as kind of a horror science fiction movie
By definition.
by definition.
Yeah.
But here you go. What?
I was going to say, how did we get there? What did we roll again?
AI
Some
suggestions.
weird AI thing. Yeah.
What did we had? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes,
Yes.
and
Which is
then
amazing, yep.
we
And then we had Inhuman Witch.
Inhuman Witch. Yes.
And then, what
Did
did
I-
you pick?
Did I choose Lamageddon? Something like that.
Something
No,
like
you
Lamageddon.
You didn't choose Lamageddon because you wanted it to end up being Lamageddon.
Right.
But I never had that option once we got to them, because I probably would have picked that or
Tim's
almost
gonna go
anything
real
else.
quick.
I'm just very curious how we got here besides
It's been
Inhuman
2
Witch.
days.
Hey, you know, we have the memories of goldfish here.
What? Well, while she's looking, synopsis is when a strange virus quickly spreads through a safari park and turns all the zoo animals undead, those left in the park must stop the creatures before they escape and zombify the whole city. It is definitely not a synopsis that makes sense with a zombie movie at all, but yeah.
No, it
that's
doesn't.
that's the same exact synopsis for any zombie movie ever.
Just change the setting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's a zoo. Sam, did you figure it out?
Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter. How could we forget that one?
That was my pick.
That one
That
sounds
was-
like a classic.
Yeah, so real quick, AI suggestions. We take our last movie, which was Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and Amazon Prime was like, here are some other movies you'd like. So I picked one, which was Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sam got to pick, and she chose Inhuman Witch.
And there were also such classics like Killer Pinata and Killer Sofa.
In Lamageddon, and
And
Zombievers.
Zombievers. And Zombievers. And then Zoombies.
Yeah. So, Tim,
Yeah.
what did you expect going into this movie?
I mean, what could you expect? Okay, so what? Where did you read that they quote themselves or something saying it's a low budget Jurassic Park? Or
Yeah.
did you just say that? Okay,
No, it says it somewhere.
so
And they even tried to use Jurassic Park font.
that's great.
But-
These people are trolls, and it's fantastic. All right, we'll get to more of the trolling later, but yeah, I mean, this is one of those movies where you're like, it's clearly low budget, but they acknowledge that, and I think like I like going into these thinking that hopefully they don't take themselves too seriously, and they're like given low budgets and stuff, it's hard to get past that a lot when you see big studios these days and stuff. So I just tried to keep an open mind with it, and I knew that it was probably going to be rough to get through in general. So yeah, I was I can't say excited for this one, but I was excited for this one.
Oh, I was excited. I was like, this movie is going to be like awful. And like it's
In all the
gonna be
right
one of those-
ways.
In all the right and wrong ways.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
but like the cover of it, like the movie poster is of a lion like slowly like turning into a zombie.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so maybe I was like, there's a chance they have decent cinematography, not cinematography, CGI.
CGI, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I've got a little bit of hope. And then that was my expectations. Yeah, a little bit of hope.
Well, did you look up the budget for it at all?
No,
I didn't look it up either. I should have actually. Now that I think about it. Well, Sam, go ahead. I might look that up.
Yeah. I
What's
was
your name?
coming on the coattails of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and all of the other suggestions in this category. I kind of feel like I was like mentally preparing myself to be like, all right, this is going to be the bad movie. You know, it's either going to be the bad movie that breaks us out of the rut of all these really great movies, and it's going to be so bad we're going to be crying, or it's going to be so great because it's so bad. So I was kind of like on the fence, like, which way is this going to go? Because it's only two ways.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I was excited once that first intro scene came on. Because right then and there, I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, so spoilers if you have any interest of catching Zoombies before listening to our episode. But yeah, Eden is not just a zoo. It's an adventure.
It's an adventure.
Yeah. See, so like, I already didn't understand this.
I didn't get it either.
Because she's like, it's more than a zoo. And she talks about how they put all of these animals together. And I'm like, so it's a zoo.
No, see, it's
Like,
an adventure.
It's an adventure zoo.
But in reality, what it is they had a water park.
Yeah.
It's not just a zoo. It's a water park, too.
Yeah.
So it's an adventure.
Yeah. Well, the zip lines. That's what
God.
makes it the adventure.
The zip
And
lines.
And I know that, like, the first intro was supposed to be, like, a commercial.
Yes.
But I couldn't not get multi-level. It's always sunny in
Oh.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They're
No,
like,
100%. Yeah.
I can see it.
Multi-tier level berries.
just the terrible way that it was spliced
Look how rich we
together.
are. Yeah.
The background, I was just like,
What I couldn't get was, has that park been open before?
I
She's like, it's not open to the public yet. But,
Right.
you know, it's been around for 50 years.
Yeah, and then she also said, like, oh, this is part of our new, like, adventure-themed, family-themed branding.
And I'm like, did you have old branding?
the way I took it was kind of like her grandfather's sanctuary for animals, and then she turned it, or like they started turning it into a zoo.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
That's
So I don't think it was open to the public at all, and then they turned it into a zoo, and this is where they're like, yay, interns.
Yeah, I like how they just splice an intern just because it just sounds like it's a class assignment. It's not even a full-on internship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did appreciate that all except for the Amber girl, where they were like actually excited to be there.
Right.
Because I definitely expected, like in these type of movies, you totally expect them to be like
into it,
the
yeah.
whole time. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Like this guy that's into birds is really into birds.
Birds, man. He
Really
wants to
into
play with
birds.
birds, especially in a zoo. I feel like that's how people are. Like they're super into the animals. Like we work at Kings Island, and I'm like, I don't know if we've ever said that on here before. Have we? I don't even know.
We did in the last episode.
Oh, weird. And I'm like, if I were to be like, I want to work at a zoo or I want to work at like Kings Island, I think I'd have to pick Kings Island again. Because as much as I love animals, I don't know that I'd want to, like, I don't know, take
Clean up
care of
after
them
their
that much.
shit.
Yeah, like, especially when the guy says the Kifu or whatever, he's like, yeah, go shovel shit or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
that's literally the first thing they're going to make you do. Like,
Yep.
because they don't want to
hands
do it
down.
anymore.
Sam 100% would go with the zoo.
Oh yeah, I would. But I totally agree that like you're gonna be shoveling shit and who knows what.
Right.
For like
Yeah.
the first 5 years, I don't know
Yeah.
till the new intern comes. But yeah, I'm so much of an animal person that I would definitely do it. I think it would be fun to like be like, oh, I'm an animal keeper for who the fuck knows what, and then you like make a relationship with that animal.
Ostriches.
Right. No, it would be
Dude,
a blast
that'd be-
for sure.
Yeah, well that'd be dope. Ostriches with their big ass eggs.
Oh, I would eat them.
Sam would actually
that would
kidnap an egg.
actually happen. I would probably get in trouble just like I did for breaking boxes at Kings Island all the time.
Nah, Tim's gonna
Man
be the
fired
rhino
for
keeper.
stealing ostrich
Ooh,
egg.
rhinos. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
Tim would be at the
rhinos,
rhino.
though.
I would be up with them tortoises.
Oh, that'd be fun.
You know,
Go
on
ahead,
this
Tim.
same vein, I did want to work at an aquarium for a really long time.
Oh, because Newport Aquarium's dope.
It is, and I love sharks, so I was like, that would be sweet. I want to swim with them, and I do still want to swim with sharks one day. I want to touch a great white shark.
You know, I'll go with a humpback whale instead. He seems safer.
You're gonna No, that's far more dangerous.
You gotta go with the whale sharks that are.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
They
I've
have
seen
like
one.
no teeth in life.
Not at
IRL?
Yeah, we were on a cruise. Not a cruise, a whale watch thing, and a fucking whale shark was right there.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I had to rush out of the bathroom to see it.
That's
That
not
sounds
shocking.
about right.
My dad was like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" I barely saw it though. They thought I missed it. I was like, I got a tail end of it, but
Nice.
Aw.
But getting back to this film,
Sorry.
yeah. Wait, hold on. Where do we go?
why do all these like outbreak movies start with monkeys?
It's always that way. It literally
It's
is always.
always
That's
a
what I was
monkey.
saying. Like, this is to the T a zombie movie script. Like, it's.
Yeah.
It also made me think of 12 Monkeys. I think was where they like free them all or whatever. And then
Yeah, that's true.
That's what that made me think of.
But then you see that monkey right away.
Oh my god.
Woo, that's CGI. I'm like, am I playing a game on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah, so this is where I was like trying to keep an open mind with, because it's very easy to make fun of a low budget film,
Yes.
and
is.
it has like, so I was like trying really hard not to, but sometimes you're just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, they tried.
It was just so distracting. Like, the monkey was terrible, and then I couldn't decide what I thought was worse. Like, the elephants,
Ugh.
the lions running, the
What
zip line scene. Like, there were a lot of bad scenes to pick from.
What about the
Yeah.
scene where how they kept switching from not a real gorilla, but a dude in a gorilla
Oh my
costume,
gosh, to CGI.
and then to CGI, back to the gorilla
Yes.
costume.
That was fantastic.
I was like, pick one, damn it.
Yeah, like make a choice.
Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, I don't think you said it in the episode, but we were chatting before about how there's like a giraffe puppet. Like, I feel like there were puppets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, but they tried strategically to like not show them. Like, they'd only be like half the screen. Like, there was like an elephant leg that was like a puppet.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
it crushed Rex's leg.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Like, can you just commit to the shitty CGI?
Right, like, is that
Yeah.
a budget thing? Were you trying to save money to put it somewhere else? Or, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So what Sam was talking about, I was discussing whether or not I should bring this quote unquote trivia fact. I have to say the quotes because I'm a bit skeptical on it
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
the episode.
I don't think you're alone on this one.
Yeah. Apparently a giraffe hand puppet that was part of the ripping apart of an intern was done by Matthew Lillard, like the guy who played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie. And then he actually played Shaggy in a few of the TV series. But he was invited by Glenn Miller, and I'm like, I just don't see... Like, that's so specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But
So if anyone knows for sure, hit us up.
on
Right.
Instagram and Twitter.
If you know Matthew Lillard, go ask him.
Or Glenn Miller.
Or Glenn Miller.
They sound very similar, but they're not the same last name.
Yeah, not at all.
Not.
I did have a quote from the very beginning.
Nice.
Where they're still in the lab and the monkey outbreak hasn't gotten out.
Okay.
I don't give a damn about protocol. This animal must live.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It was great.
I will say that's where a lot of this movie fell apart, was the writing. Just seems silly to me, but
They got some cheesy spots.
that's where I
but
will
it was-
not give them any leeway.
Any leeway.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like it was like a movie you'd see on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I used to
Definitely.
crush those movies.
Right?
I loved them, but back in the day, they fit to the day and age. This is from 2016.
Yup.
Oh my god. There was better CGI in 2016. I mean, I know. This is probably had a tiny budget, but I'll never get over it. Like, I'm a little bit scarred for life about some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you mean how... Like one of the first kills you see is the guy gets killed by a utility closet. Like, it just falls on him and he dies. And I'm like,
falls on him, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could
How
get
about-
up. I might be stuck for a bit.
How about
but-
that plastic syringe in the dude's head?
Dude,
Yes!
Johnny's yeah, plastic. Not like not even a metal
That
one.
was
I was just like,
fantastic.
dude, it was like a decent. I'll give him this for sure. Like the makeup on that plastic syringe looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know the CGI eyes being thrown at us early on was a little scarring, and then B, the second eye was also scarring.
Yeah.
I will also say I found it a little weird that they weren't just zombies, they were like smart. Did it not seem
Yeah,
like they were like he grabs the taser from the one dude and like throws it back at him? I'm like,
Yeah.
dog, what? I thought they were zombies, not like super apes or some shit.
Well, and it kind of is. Here's a question: like, are they zombies or are they like The Walking Dead steers clear of the word zombies because zombie typically you have to die and then get you come back to life as one.
Mm-hmm.
But like The Walking Dead, you get bit and you can turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Were these zombies or were they like bit and then turned? I never understood how they turned.
They didn't really explain it.
Yeah,
They
I
were
don't
very vague on how it spread.
I don't know if it was like a because he injects the one with something, right?
Yeah.
Like he injects it and we're not really sure what he injects it with.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if that's what caused it or if it was what they all kind of had already and they were going mad.
Yeah.
Because that one
right?
monkey like came back to
He
life.
was
I
already
don't know.
going crazy.
It just seemed very strange to me.
That was the one part I was like, what caused all this?
Yeah. And all they really said was like, oh, I found something in the brain, like extra cells or extra whatever the fuck in the brain.
Enzymes, I think, is what she said.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We never got our explanation for sure.
Yeah.
Which was, I don't know. I guess that's predictable. But I was also confused because, is this an alien situation? Because the one came out of the doctor's chest.
I have no idea.
Right.
And then they
Yeah, I
never did
forgot
that
about that.
again.
And I was like, wait, hold up. Because that's like the monkey was like hiding in him. And there's no way that monkey, that size,
Right?
is going to hide inside of a person and that person be able to move around okay with like,
Yeah.
that person's
Yeah.
hard dead if that thing's inside of their stomach. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you get, like, they didn't really restart in that sentence.
Okay.
They didn't really. I like it.
Gage gets bit.
Yes.
And we're like, oh my god, he got bit.
I think
Yes.
And they just kind of did that, like, ah.
Yeah,
and then,
to make you think it was going to be.
Like
Yeah.
a typical zombie.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like, oh, is it going to be a bad thing? I don't know. Wait till
Teaser,
Zoombies 2.
teaser.
yeah, never follows up on it.
I know. And then, oh shoot, who was it? Like Amber and then the other two, the frat bro and then the other guy. They were all like in the warthog cage.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I guess the warthogs got infected suddenly.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't
they were
understand
like-
that.
Right, that's where my confusion is how it
Well,
got spread.
Well, maybe it was already spreading throughout the place, and the monkeys were the ones that were first susceptible, or like they got it first, and
Yeah.
Because they're so tiny.
Maybe.
yeah, and it could be something like that. It was already kind of like spreading throughout.
But I was just like so confused. I'm like, why are you trying to climb? Monkeys
Right.
can climb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're running from
I
monkeys.
had that problem too. I was like, come on now, for real.
Yeah, well, especially because they had, like, when they discovered the monkeys were nearby, it showed them in the trees.
I
So
know.
they're like, yes,
Yeah.
let's go to the trees.
Clearly, we need to get higher. but let's not talk about that shed that they somehow it was just made of twigs and stuff, and they were able to stand on it, and the warthog didn't just plow through it in one go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, were there more than one warthog?
I don't know. I doubt it.
At
The
one
budget
point,
was
it
not
seemed
for
like it was
sure.
getting hit from two sides, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
And then their like worker was pretty worthless. He died so fast.
Which one?
Yeah.
The warthog dude.
The intern manager or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He was done. Let's go this. Ah! Yeah, he was.
Let's go this way where the
and then
monkeys
jump
are.
by all the monkeys at once that were clearly standing next to him.
I know.
Oh shoot.
They who gets there next? Do we even find AJ? No, we don't find AJ yet.
No, I think this is where... Okay, so they're in the trees and then the giraffes come.
Oh, the hand puppet giraffes
The hand- Yeah.
the dude apart, like
Yeah, like a
medieval style.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that she tried to chuck leaves at them.
She did throw leaves at them.
From the tree.
She threw leaves at giraffes, and I was like,
I mean, I don't know that that's a great strategy, but I don't know that it's a horrible one. They are leaf eaters, you know? Like,
Yeah.
she's just
I
like,
have a
here,
worse
eat some
plan.
food.
yeah, no.
And then I think at that point,
Amber just
does she
skedaddles.
just peace out because they roll up and they shoot the giraffes and then she steals their vehicle, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Tim, what'd you think of their shooting styles?
I ignored it.
Okay.
Ignore it.
Let's just say we ignored it. And
It was
carried
low
on.
budget. I just ignored it.
Okay. I saw that. I was like, ooh, Tim is not going to like that.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna be over here.
Looking away, Weston. Doo-doo-doo. They finally find it. No, they get saved by AJ and Dax. Daxter was his name.
Oh, okay.
Dax.
Or Daxton. He went by
Uh,
Dax.
Sure.
The monkey
They
guy.
shoot a firework rocket.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
left over from the 4th of July party
Oh,
for
yes.
when we weren't open in the 4th of July.
Classic.
Gosh.
I know. But shit. Oh,
Zero
I meant to ask
holes
you.
in the plot. Zero.
I know. Where was the set, do you think? Florida?
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure because I saw an Ontario helicopter. It
I saw a
literally
California license
says
plate.
Ontario police or something like that. But she's talking about how the CDC is only 3 hours away.
Yes, are we talking? So I've got a map up of 3 hours
Oh, okay.
from Atlanta because that's where CDC's headquartered. They say that in the show. And I was like, at least you got that fact right.
Right, you got, I mean, that's a Google thing right there. But
I know. But I'm just trying to figure it out because it looks like Florida because they have all the palm
It
trees and
does.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming 3 hours by helicopter or plane because 3 hours by car doesn't even get you to the upper panhandle.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even get to Valdosta, whatever it's called.
sure.
Yeah. Which is like the very last point before Florida and Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, lols.
Yeah, I had to assume that they were flying because I was like,
Yeah.
especially once I saw Ontario helicopter, I'm like,
Right.
Ontario's north, and there are no palm trees in Ontario.
Yeah, this does not look like Ontario, but okay.
How do you know?
You're right. I don't know. I haven't been there. But what
That
I
is
imagined Ontario to be like is not this movie.
That's true.
Craziness.
But when they're calling all these people, they eventually like have the cops show up. But I don't know where the fuck the cops show up because they're not at any of the gates.
They just show up randomly once, and then it was like the cop car, and then they all get like destroyed by some random bullshit.
Then they have her talking to some cops, and it looks like a damn stock cop scene, like because they never show the guy's face. He's talking, and
He's just, like,
it's just a
walking.
voiceover
Yeah.
with a guy on a phone.
Lots of gold in this movie.
I know. I was thinking, what the fuck is happening?
Well, and I don't know if it's when the cops get there or before the cops get there, but Amber has hijacked the Jeep and she gets to the first gate, right? And so she calls what's the main chick? Emily?
I don't
Ellen.
even know
Ellen.
their names.
It's
I don't.
Ellen.
She gets there and Ellen's like on the video thing, like being like, nah, like don't go, I can't let you out, yada yada yada. And then she's like, fine, I'll just climb out. I'm like, well, why didn't you just do that first? Like,
Yeah.
why even reason with her if you were just gonna try to
Right.
climb out? And then of course, like, here's where I also got confused. She gets mauled by like a lion, right?
No,
or the
warthog.
warthog again.
She gets grabbed by the warthog and just run away.
Yeah, so I totally assumed she died
Yeah.
until we find out like 20 minutes later.
Haha,
She
she did.
didn't. And then she does.
And then, yeah, she rolls up just to die in front of them, which I know it was just to get them the Jeep back, but I was like,
I didn't
nah.
even think it was that. I think she, like, they were like, oh, at least she came back. I don't think she came back for you guys. She came back to get help for herself. In my
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. With how murked she was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She didn't care about you guys.
Yeah, at this point we lost Rex and Dax too.
Yeah.
Rex
God,
Rex goes out in a
Rex.
badass way, like
No,
you know.
no, that was cringy. They should have done that different. Like the whole yeah from.
Yarr!
That was-
I stab you with a
See,
machete.
this is where I think this movie is like intentionally making fun of itself at times.
Yeah.
Or like they're like, hey, we're low budget, but we're still gonna do some fun stuff with it. And I think that's kind of like what this scene was for Rex. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
we're gonna embrace it.
Yeah.
Dax is like, there's only one gorilla left of its species. I have to go save it. It's
Yeah.
already gone, and he gets killed.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Murph.
worthless.
Yeah.
Well, and I totally hated that, like, they tried to do, like, this, like, super deep scene with Leslie, Lizzie, whatever,
Mhm.
between her and Rex, and it's like, it's her first day.
Right.
Like, and it's been a couple hours. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It seemed very
They
odd
had
to
a
be
very
like,
deep connection.
you know, I'm passing the baton to you, so you can take care of the park from now on. I mean, he didn't say that, but that was basically what that
No,
scene
he
was.
definitely implied that.
Yeah, and it's like, hold up, I just got here. Like, can't you pass it off to somebody else?
Yeah.
No, they're dead.
They did.
Oh, but it was madness.
You know what else was madness?
I bet I can guess, but go ahead.
Is it AJ's short shorts?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
They were
AJ's
fly.
shorty shorts made the movie for me because, you know, when Amber's back there dying, AJ's back there strutting around in his shorty shorts with this like super concerned look on his face. So like whenever they were doing something shitty, I was just looking in the background like chuckling because he really made the movie. Especially because his hoodie also was like cut off.
He had the
Right.
And
cut
he had a
off hoodie.
ponytail. He was just like living his best life as an intern.
He was great. I loved every moment of AJ.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll drive! And then promptly, like, crashes.
He's doing great.
Fucking AJ, his death is the saddest though.
Oh, I know!
It's
I, like,
pretty
screamed
sad,
no!
It's like, because that's like my biggest fear is falling to my death.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I don't have a fear of heights necessarily. I have a fear of falling. I just don't enjoy that feeling.
Yeah.
So
I hate water.
you hate water? I love water.
I always pick like water type things in like games and stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff and like, you know, Pokemon, but I hate water.
I was about to be like this guy's probably Charmander chooser.
No,
Hashtag Squirtle. Squirtle
I
frog.
actually I always chose Bulbasaur, but I do a lot of
Nice.
the water types more often.
Nice.
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 We
Random,
didn't eat-
random facts of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
But we gotta bring up Negan's daughter.
Yeah, I was just gonna go there. We didn't even bring up the koala scene, which here is a point before you get to your point.
Before your point to your point to your point.
To your point. I really liked the scene. I mean, I know it was cheesy, but I think if their CGI had just been a little bit elevated, that koala scene could have worked. Where, like, invite Mr. Koala to the, you know, the tea party
time.
or whatever, and, like, he's actually a real koala amongst the stuffed animals. I mean, I know it's been done before, like, many times, but this was really where that shitty CGI was like, well, of course he's gonna, like, attack her.
Right.
Whereas if it had been better CGI, I don't know, he might have blended.
Yeah. And then she just murks his ass with a baseball
I
bat that's
loved
running
that
around.
actually.
Yeah.
That's why I called him Negan's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bleeding baseball bat. Oh my gosh, that was great.
Fucking
It was
Lucille coming out.
ridiculous. They knew what. See what I'm saying? They knew what they were doing. Like some of this stuff is just kind of like, all right.
Right. Like, could you imagine being a single parent of this daughter, and you see she's in a room with a zombie, and then you come in and she's all bloody with a baseball bat and a decapitated koala bear.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just
And
kinda
then
like,
she makes that cheesy line of like, I don't want to play with my animals anymore.
I
Scarred for life. This girl's seen some shit.
I know. She's going to be in therapy for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody seemed to be so fucking concerned about the aviary.
Yeah.
Well, you got to make sure that
Well-
aviary doesn't get out. Well, we got to make sure nothing gets in. But we got to make sure nothing gets out.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
On
though,
repeat.
Right? Like the birds spreading it. I get it. Like
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it makes complete sense. It was just hilarious that it was said
It
about
was
30
completely-
times.
Oh, yeah. It was like basically they were trying to get to that the whole time throughout the movie. So they just had to like keep saying it to get us
Yeah.
there eventually.
you guys
Being
get
like,
the point
this is
yet?
where we're
Have you
going.
caught on? Did you get the point of the
Yeah.
we're doing stuff? Did you get it yet? That's kind of how I felt. Like, it was like Mac, like, reiterating the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit. I have an AJ quote here.
Nice.
Guys, I don't see any animals. Then again, they could be in hiding.
Nailed
And then
it, AJ.
suddenly, 4 lions appear.
Oh,
Course.
yes. That they, like, didn't happen to notice the whole time they
Right.
were, like...
The 4
chilling.
lions.
Yeah.
Just zombie over.
Yeah.
Zombie.
Yeah. And then they somehow were able to get into their car and drive away.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally, yeah.
Well, they didn't see them, and then they just, distracted them somehow.
That's true.
Probably with a laser pointer.
Oh, that would have been good. There's a stampede at one point, and they, like, Fellowship of the Ring, like, hide from it.
Yeah, like, behind the tree. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, these animals, like,
gosh.
use their nose
Yeah.
to hunt.
Yeah. Well, and you saw the, like, hippo, like, charging past him, like, fuck yeah, get out of the way of that hippo.
Fuck hippos, man.
Oh, this movie was a hoot.
But, like, this is like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You gotta remove logic a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I will say that, like, the plot line of, like, them being a refuge or, like, conservation, and then them always wanting to, like, save the animals, like, the animals are first. Like, I think that makes sense. I think it's just really hard for it to really work in this movie because of all the other shit that's going on.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not too far of a leap to be like, oh, we gotta save the birds, or, oh, we've gotta save this gorilla, he's the last of his kind. Like, I get it, but then, when you're, like, ripping eyeballs out and shit, you're like, really? You care
Right.
about the gorilla?
Yeah.
Anybody else think that gorilla was gonna come and save the little girl?
I did, but I think they were,
Yeah.
like, trying to avoid all that kind of stuff. Like, they were intentionally making you
Yeah.
think that's what was going to happen and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, the name of Kifu was going to be Kipu, but the writer or director was just like, I feel like that's from something else. I just can't remember it, so I'm going to change the name.
Good
Fair
call.
enough.
Yeah. I don't know what it would be, but
Who knows,
yeah.
But back to your point about the aviary. I was very confused by the time we're rolling up to the aviary to, like, save Ricky and Chelsea?
I never caught her name.
I think it was Chelsea, but I could be totally wrong.
Bird Lady.
Yeah. So they basically have, like, all these gas canisters, and they're like, something's wrong. Like, they could tell from that far away.
Oh my God.
And then, props to those damn, macaws or whatever, parrots that are
Damn
pecking their way.
headbangers?
Yeah, that are pecking their way through glass. But didn't they say that the...
Still enforced.
Stealing force.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where they kind of lost me there.
No,
They talked about all the specs of the aviary.
That's what we're like an hour and 20 minutes in, and they lost her.
Yeah, like, how are birds able to peck out of said aviary? Because they're supercharged? Because they're zombies at this point?
Well, they
Yeah,
can't
naturally,
die, so they
Sam.
have no brain damage.
That's true too. Good points. And then we're gonna light it on fire, even though it's steel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It pans out.
Duh.
I don't see
I
the
don't
problem.
see anything wrong.
And
Let's
we're
see,
gonna
Suzanne.
back a car up to it and shoot the car because it'll totally explode like that, right?
Exactly. And then
Duh.
that bald eagle that was eating Bird Lady's intestines
Oh my
out.
God.
I was here for that scene because you know how much I love my
That's
birds of
fucking
prey. I was like,
great.
yes,
That
this
was
is amazing.
great.
Just
Oh
gnawing
my
on that damn
goodness.
girl.
And I'm not quite sure what she was trying to say. I couldn't catch it. I was too
I think she was
distracted.
like, help me or like killed me or something.
Probably.
Oh, I thought she was doing a Rocky impersonation.
Definitely.
You would.
I know, I had to.
I was gonna say. But what about later on when it does catch on fire and then
Firebirds?
the fire burns?
I
I was like, okay, all right, okay. This is a
I was
little
like,
much.
I was like, oh, it's just ash. And Sam's like, the birds are on fire. I was like, oh, those are birds. And then the flaming eagle comes out.
Yeah,
That
that
was-
was.
That was great. That was tied for one of my like favorite CGI scenes in this movie. Was all the flaming birds and the
Seriously,
flaming eagle that then gets shot and turns to dust. I don't know how that works, but I was okay with it. I was like, yeah, this is great.
I mean,
it was.
Yeah. I don't see the problem here.
You don't see that in every movie?
No, I guess not. And then they just roll out of the park at the end on a helicopter.
Just like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and they even have like the little instrumental music, and they're all in the helicopter. And the little girl looks like totally traumatized, which is fair.
You mean when her mom was like rubbing the blood on her face?
Oh my goodness.
And they were just playing like dun 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 dun. Yeah. They definitely did that. They actually had a scene when they were in the Jeep. Gage stood up just like they do like from Jurassic Park. I'm just like, I know this has got to be intentional.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so many things in it that are supposed to be like from other stuff. It's just completely intentional. You can't say it's not.
I mean, like, they chose the Jeep, and then they put their logo right where the Jeep logo is, like the Jurassic Park logo is, and I'm like...
It was all, I mean,
nice.
It was all just completely intentional and to be silly, I think. They knew what they were doing.
No, I agree.
Especially when they dropped that line about Jurassic Park.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in the beginning.
We're not like Jurassic Park.
It's not Jurassic Park. Okay.
Yeah, how about now?
Just like it. Well,
One at a time. Raise your hand.
You go.
I was just going to say, but are you guys pumped for Zoombies 2 with that Kifu eye-opening event?
Oh, right. He opened his eye.
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
Which I assume means Zoombies 2.
Oh, yeah. He opens his eye and gets back up, and he's just like, hey, man.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't think he gets up.
His eye just
It's
opened.
like...
I never saw
Yeah.
I was staring. I thought he didn't open his eye. Well, yeah.
Tim blinked, and
I
when
must
Tim
have
blinked,
that, or I just
Kifu
rolled my eyes
opened.
harder. I don't know.
I was going to say, Tim, already turned it off.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not waiting around for this
I
shit.
finished the movie. Yeah.
I made it.
The deed is done.
Hour and 30 minutes in. I'm done.
Ay.
I'm out of notes, Tim. You got anything else?
Let me triple check here. I love when they were shooting the birds. It was like live action Duck Hunt.
It was.
Yeah.
Stupid bird.
No. Nope.
That's all you got to?
I've already said
Okay.
enough.
I'll get into the cast. Lizzie was played by Ione Butler. She is going to be in Black Widow.
Oh, nice.
Weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Weird.
She's in the adored and the honeymoon phase as well.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Gage.
Me neither.
What? No, I don't know. But Gage is played by Andrew Asper.
Okay.
He was in a few episodes of Shameless.
Oh.
Still the King. And then he's in one episode of Silicon Valley.
Nice.
His name was like Francis or something. And I was like, I can't tell you. There's too many episodes.
I'll rewatch it and let you know.
Good. And then Thea's the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's played by Lala Nestor. She is a character in She-Ra and the Princess of Power.
Oh.
She's actually been in a couple skits on Jimmy Kimmel.
Look at her.
She's in Dimension 404.
Nice.
And then Sunday Girl. Ellen, the mother, Negan's wife, is played by Kim Nielsen. She's in the Amityville Terror, Ocean Rising, Get Naked,
Oh my god.
and then Zoombies 2.
Zoomies too!
She's the only actor
that they kept.
that they kept.
I think that makes sense.
Rex is played by Marcus Anderson Jr. He's in a couple episodes of Lucifer, a few of them in Power Book 2, Ghost Life. No, Ghost.
Sure.
And then he's in one
I
episode
hear
of
you.
Life in Pieces. What'd you say?
I don't know. I'm just saying things.
Okay.
That we've gotten to that portion of the show.
Yes. AJ is my last actor, and he's the one that Sam's gonna be like freaking out about.
Oh.
He's played by Aaron Groban.
Okay.
Josh Groban.
Clearly Josh Groban's brother,
Yeah.
but not really. He's in Synchronic, Heirs, Heaven, and he was a model for 20 episodes of Face Off.
Wow. That's cool.
Sam
Yeah.
loves that show.
It is a good show.
That's
But
really cool. I want to go watch it and look for him.
I'm just
Do they
telling,
put him in shorty shorts all the time and cut off hoodies?
probably, but his hair is even longer now in his like IMDb photo.
Nice.
It's like he's got the full like blonde like Viking flow going.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Apparently, this is one of those other trivia facts that I'm like, I highly doubt this is true. But somebody decided to say on the internet that Clay Matthews was going to be playing AJ, which is a former linebacker for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
While
You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I actually thought AJ looked like that's what he was going for, the Clay Matthews look.
Oh, well, there you go.
Before I read it, but I was like, there's what? No way Clay Matthews does a movie like this.
I mean,
or does a
not?
movie.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, the director is Glenn Miller. He did the movie The Co-Ed and The Zombie Stoner.
Not Zoombies too.
Zoombies too.
Nice.
Deadly Sins and Santa Claus. It's like little kitties. Like Santa buddies, but little kittens.
Nice.
Definitely makes sense with those other three.
Yeah.
And 4 if you include this one. The tagline for this film was Uncaged Undead.
Nice.
Nice.
And my only final note that I have is the admin building that they used in this film was the same one they used in Biodome from 1996.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Wonder how hard they tried to get that, like, or if that was, I don't know.
Like gifted to them.
They just inherited that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, dude, guys, we have to make a movie now.
Yeah. So for the ratings, we got the critics as NA.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I grabbed Letterboxd instead.
Good.
And they gave it a 1.6 out of 5. Sam's just dying already. We'll go with the highest one then next.
Okay.
With Google
Nice.
at a 59%.
Woo.
IMDb at a 3.3 out of 10. And the audience on Rotten Tomato gave it a 16%.
Wow.
That would be very low. That's got to be one of our lowest. No, I Frankenstein wins that always.
Really?
It was 4%.
That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're up to the challenge.
Indeed. Indeed. So, Sam, we'll go with you first today.
Oh, me first.
Are you going to flip it on? No. I want to go with Tim first.
There you go.
Oh,
Tim,
come on
would
now.
you flip it on?
No.
Fake out.
Nope. 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 Nope.
I actually thought you were going to say yes.
No. No. Just no. Just. I appreciate the effort and everything, and low budgets have their area, but even for a terrible movie, I don't think I enjoyed it enough to say flip it on.
Okay.
I think,
Respect.
like, props to them for making their own movie, having whatever budget they had. Clearly, they even, made fun of themselves and whatnot, but I don't know. There's better, worse movies to watch.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
We'll make Sam go last.
Okay.
I will say that I also will not flip it on. It was a fun movie in how ridiculous it was, like Tim was saying. But, like, there are other movies, like, Sharknado, I would say is a similar category as that. And I think you're going to enjoy that one even more because sharks and tornadoes.
Right.
Because, like, I can get a zombie flick any day.
Right.
Hell, I can go watch The Walking Dead and go to sleep for the middle 30 minutes of the show, and I'll catch everything.
Yeah.
But
and that's just the thing with, like, zombie movies. It's this is a very scripted zombie movie, so it's just kind of like, all right, it's a zombie movie. So it's even got that going against it, I think.
Yeah. Because I think if they went a route where it wasn't zombies, but like an infection, just gone with the infection route, I think it could have helped them. Because clearly your brain is still going to be like zombies, but hey, at least they didn't say zombies. Or Zoombies.
True.
Also, I can't get past the name Zoombies.
That was clever.
I think it is clever. I fully agree. But like Sam talks about how our cat gets zoomies all the time. And that's all I can think of is our cat being an idiot running back and forth in their house.
I mean, there were a lot of running animals in this movie.
Including lions. So.
And tigers. No bears. No bears.
No bears.
No bears. Bears are best. Sam, would you flip this on? And are you watching the sequel
She's
tomorrow? He is on the fence.
I can hear it.
He is.
I can hear it.
Because, okay.
AJ Short.
Do I think...
Wait, did you say yes or no?
I haven't decided
okay.
yet. I'm going to talk my way through it, and then I'll get to a decision by the end. So, do I think it was a fun movie? Yes. I think where it falls apart and where I lean towards the flip off is because it clearly models itself off Jurassic Park. And like you guys said, it's a very predictable, standard, like, infection zombie movie. And I think there are just ones that do it better. Mm-hmm. Now, where I kind of hesitate is that I had a lot of fun while I watched it. Do I need to watch it again? Probably not. But, I was going to go rate it on Letterboxd a 4. And
4?
Yeah. And then you guys are like sitting here breaking it apart, and I'm like, maybe it wasn't that fun. But no, I had fun.
It was fun. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think it's a repeat for me, though. So for that, I'm going to flip it off. Like, I think it's fair, like, once to see it. Like, oh, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, and you're stopping by, and you watch it. Like, I think that's fair to see it once. But as far as rewatchability, I don't think it's there, even though I had a good time. So I think that makes it a flip off.
Okay.
But
it's been a while.
It was close. It was very close.
Yeah.
And I'm going to slowly get that average rating up on Letterboxd with a 4.
You keep that 4.
Don't let anybody tell me different.
But I will say the movie, the music was good. Like, it never took me out.
I didn't notice it, so yeah.
Exactly. But if you enjoy Zeus,
or pina coladas,
enjoyed getting drunk in the rain,
or puppet giraffe,
or puppets, yeah,
or a CGI gorilla switched back with a real guy in a gorilla suit, switched back with CGI. See, that's the fun part.
What about eyeballs being thrown at you? If you like to see
my
that,
gosh.
flip it on.
I think really you're flipping this on because you don't want to take it too seriously. And maybe you've had a few drinks. That might make it more fun, too. Like, good. You're like, it's Friday night. I'm tired. I just want to have some fun. I think that's when
you're clearly beyond bored.
Like, yes, exactly.
You're at the point where you're like, I need to just waste some time.
Exactly. Yes, that's this movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
You found it. Ta-da.
Moving on to next week. Mm-hmm. I will be up to bat. Let's see what I get on the spinner. Will it be Zoombies 2?
I hope so.
That would be a bit ridiculous.
Where?
But I got How Did You Miss That again.
Zoombies 2. Great. All right.
Zoombies 2.
How did you guys miss Zoombies 2? I don't even know. I don't even know how you missed it. But you did. You missed it, damn it. But thank you guys for joining us on this journey of Zoombies.
Yes.
Zombies, zombies.